What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again, and people often ask me, why is it that I'm doing well in business, but I'm struggling in my romantic relationships? Well, from what I've seen, there are three major reasons why people do so well in business, but struggle when it comes to romance. Reason number one is confidence. Most people have developed a system in business. They have a certain way that they do things that's tried and true, that they believe in, that they trust. They've educated themselves, so when they make decisions, it's not just completely result driven. It's based on something that they truly believe in. They're not just out here doing things all willy-nilly, and then when they don't work, they breaking down and crying and all that kind of stuff. Nah. It's something that they believe in because they've been doing it, they've studied, they've done their research, all of those things. They went to school, whatever the case. They believe in what they're doing, they have confidence, so it makes it easier for them to make decisions and not second guess themselves and not regret what they did. Reason number two is network. When you're in business, you surround yourself with people that help you get to your goal. You talk to people about what you're trying to accomplish. You try to get all the things that you need from those around you so that you can accomplish your goal. When it comes to romantic relationships, most people really don't do that. They don't try to build a network to help them find somebody. They don't try to build a network to help them keep somebody. They don't try to build a network to help them grow with somebody. They do none of those things. This is something that anyone would do in a business. Nobody would be a salesperson and decide, I'm gonna get all my clients all by myself. I'm gonna keep all my clients all by myself. I'm not gonna have a network of any kind. If you did that, you're probably not very successful at your business. Of course, you would try to get other people to help you out. You would try to build with other salespeople. You would try to build relationships with clients that would help you get more clients. Most people don't do that in relationships. Most people don't do that when it comes to romance. What they generally do is they say, here's the person that I want. I'm going to put all my effort into trying to get them. And anytime me and a person don't work out, I'm never going to try to say, here, let me see how I can use that relationship to get someone else. If they're not interested in somebody on a physical level, on a romantic level, they usually just be like deuces and don't try to even see if they can use that to find the person they're really looking for. So you build a network in business because everyone knows you're supposed to do that. It's obvious. But in relationships, a lot of times we don't build a network. We don't try to get other people to help us out because we think that we don't need it, or we think that that's lame, or whatever the case may be. But there's no other goals, there's no business goals that a person would try to execute without having a network, without having people helping them. You just wouldn't do it. Number three is emotion. When we get involved in business, we do everything that we possibly can to keep our emotion out of decisions. We try our best not to take things personally because we know it's business. Can't take business personally, right? Everybody knows that. When people say, hey, this is how much we want to pay you for this job, you're not taking it personally because they're not giving you what you think you should get. What you do is you come back to them with a real argument based in fact that says, here's what I'm supposed to get. When it comes to romantic relationships, when we don't get what we want, we immediately take it personally. We immediately go to an emotional situation where we start arguing, fussing, and fighting with the person, or we just shut down, or whatever the case may be. We might even make personal indictments on them. Well, if you was a real woman, or if you was a real man, things like this. We don't do that in business. In business, we simply take the situation and we say, okay, it didn't go exactly the way I wanted to. How do I make it go the way I want it to go? How do I change this person's mind with logic? Or how do I put myself in a position where I'm more valuable so that I can dictate the terms? In relationships, we generally just get upset. We generally make emotional moves that set us back, that cause us to lose things. We don't really think things through. And I think that's why in business, you can be very successful because you take emotion out, you think the most logical step, and you do it. In relationships, a lot of times, we go the opposite way. I'm gonna be emotional, I'm gonna do the most illogical thing and just hope it works out. Now I have a whole masterclass on this topic. And the reason why I do is because through all the people that I've talked to over the years, one of the biggest things that I've noticed is that a lot of them are really, really succeeding when it comes to business. They're good people, they're smart people, attractive people, but a lot of times just transferring those skills that have worked so well for them in their business has been very difficult for them in relationships. So what I'm doing is making sure that everybody can understand that if you can succeed in this one thing, you can succeed in something else, transferring those skills. A lot of the reason why we don't do it is because of what I said before. We get emotional, so we don't think our way through a situation. We don't build the network to make sure that we got all the friends that we need to achieve our goal, just like we would in anything else. You know, if somebody told you they didn't have a network, they weren't getting people to help them achieve their goal, you'd think they were crazy. But when it comes to relationships, that's how people generally think, right? They don't get that network. They don't put themselves in the best position to win. That's something that you got to think about. And then confidence. When you go into a boardroom, you got all the confidence in the world. I know my stuff. I know I can be successful. I know I'm valuable to you. I know what I'm doing here. But you get in relationships, you second guess everything you do. You feel like every choice you make is bad. You feel like you don't know what you're doing. You don't understand the landscape. So that's the big thing, you know, and that's what we need to change. Make sure you go ahead and get that masterclass on the ChazEllisProject.com. I'm going to be going into a lot of these things and even more, talking about, you know, how to transfer your success in business over to relationships. And yes, it does work vice versa. If you're being successful in relationships, or even if you're not as successful in either one of them, you can actually use this masterclass to help build your situation regardless of what it is. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Peace.